What's going on YouTube? It's your boy ThatGuyNamedJay checking in, man. Eh, Last video for the night. Um, Finna get ready to go upstairs. No, what I'm gonna do? I gotta feed my dogs. I'm gonna go feed my dogs, and then I'm gonna go eat. Then I'm gonna take a shower. Then I'm gonna go lay in the bed and I'm gonna watch the new episode of One Punch Man. And then I'm gonna catch up on My Hero Academia, whatever that shit called. That shit dope. I'm on like episode 6 of season 1. I like what I see so far. And then I'll go to sleep. I gotta get up tomorrow, probably about 6 a.m. Go in the port, drop a box at NIT, go to VIG, pick up a box, head up to Sterling, Virginia. It's about 3 hours. Get back, do it all over again, and chill. Reason I bring all this up is that I enjoy doing that. I enjoy being able to come to my house and do the little small stupid stuff that people may not enjoy, like watching TV and laying on my bed and just relaxing. And I feel like to be able to do these things every day peacefully without stress, it takes money. People say money don't buy happiness. I think that's false. I think money does buy happiness. I just don't think that money is the only thing that can make you happy in this world. With that being said, I just feel like in order to live a better lifestyle, in order for my family to live a better lifestyle, it's just a certain amount of money that has to be made. Okay? And I just don't think that $1,000 a week is enough. Okay, let me kind of give a bit of a backstory for those who don't know, who have been following me since the beginning. Shout out to those who have. I come from nothing. I come from dirt. You know what I mean? Like, I mean no disrespect to my mother when I say that, but as far as me and the start that I had to my trucking career, my adult life, I started with nothing. When I turned 18, I had no money to my name. Okay. So I started with what some would say is a disadvantage. And that was 10 years ago. Now at 28, I am in a position where I feel like I've jumped a couple of steps. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for example, I know a lot of my peers who are going through the same struggles at 28 that they went through at 18 financially. They just don't make a lot of money. That's just the reality of it. And so for me to be able to have come as far as I've come money-wise and the income that I'm able to bring in, even with all of my my failures, my setbacks in trucking and whatever, I just don't ever want to get to a point where I'm being complacent. You know, what I mean by that is, you have some people who are okay with waking up every day, going to work for somebody for 40 years. They get pension, 401k benefits, the works. Making a set salary, and they okay with making that same salary for 40 years. I just don't feel like I want to be that guy. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But I just like to think that there's more to life than just surviving. I like to think that there's more to life than just moseying on along. And when I first came into trucking, I was chasing that full head of steam. This grind time, I come from, watching them Sinister videos when he was motivating and, what I'm saying, this ruthless grind, this go get it, rise and shine, that up, you know what I mean? And that rubbed off on me. And I don't know where it happened in the first 2 years where I went from full steam ahead to, you know what? Let's take a pay cut. You know what? Let's just relax. Let's get lazy. I don't know where that shit happened at, and I fell off, man. I got to a point where $1,000 is cool, $1,100 is cool, $800 is cool. Now it kept going down. You know what I mean? To where it got to a point where here I am. I was about, I say like 2.5 to almost 3 years in trucking, and it's just like I feel like I didn't waste the time because I feel like I've left a lot of money on the table. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I chased after OTR for so long, was because it was just like, I felt like there was more money OTR than local. I went along with that stereotype, and I just didn't know. But I say all that to say this: now that I know what I know now, and I have the knowledge, I have the experience, I just feel like if there's money to be made, why not go make it? As long as it's not compromising your core beliefs or principles or whatever. So, for example, if you believe in being local and staying home, or being home on the weekends, or being home frequently, whatever you can do to make the most money and still do that, do it. That's my opinion for me. This is me talking to myself, because if I'm not trying to give this advice to nobody, because I don't want nobody to get offended. I am so tired of trying to have this conversation and people getting offended. It's so crazy how this stuff works, man, because you can't fight the internet. But it's just like people get offended because you don't agree with their opinion and you putting out your own opinion, and they don't want to agree with your opinion, but they want you to agree with their opinion. So now it's like and it's just like, look, man, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just putting out my point of view from what I've learned from my short time on this earth, 28 years. If there's money to be made, man, go get it. As long as it's not messing up your core beliefs, it's no ethics problem. It's not putting you in no situation where it's going to affect your family or shit like that. Go make it, man. While we young, why not? What's you know what I mean? Like, I know so many people that have been doing the same thing for so long, man. You might as well be a machine. That's why you're getting replaced, because you are doing the same shit that you were doing 10, 15 years ago. And now they're making machines to replace you, because that's pretty much what you were. Now they got an actual machine doing your job, and now ain't nothing for you to do. I don't want to be a truck driver in 15 years, 20 years. Because they're going to replace me with these automatic trucks. Now, am I saying I'm going to have this big-ass fleet and all? No, I'm not saying all that. I'm saying I just want to put myself in a position to where in my life I'm constantly elevating. I'm not saying I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm not saying I'm not going to be a millionaire. I'm not saying I'm going, be fucking Bill Gates. I'm just saying I just feel like life is all about a constant evolution, constant ascension. I just feel like if you ever get to a point where you just staying the same and not changing and not getting better, I feel like that's wasted time to me. To me, this is my opinion. I think this is part of the problem with why I job hop, because it was always like, man, look, I got to do better. Boom, 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 boom. But what I had to learn was there's a balance with that. Always wanting to do better is great, but you always have to know the time frame in doing that. What I mean is that you got to put your time in here. You got to put your time in there. You don't just go from high school to the NFL. You feel what I'm saying? You don't go from rec league to the NBA. You got to go from rec league to AAU, to high school ball, to college ball, to overseas ball, to the G League. You know what I'm saying? And it's different levels. It's different time that you got to put. And that's what I'm learning now, is putting in my time. Putting in my time where I'm at now, so that when I move to the next level, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that I can do it the right way and in a sense. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, because I kind of rambling. Just do better, man. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you to do anything you don't want to do. I'm not telling you to, you have to be a certain way. I'm just saying, if you like me and you come from nothing and you want to make sure that your kids don't you don't want your kids to go through the same shit you went through. I'm not saying you gonna have a laid out all this money for them, and I mean, realistically, you never know, man. It could happen, but it might not happen. You ain't gonna have like $500,000 for, hey, go do whatever you want. But you can definitely make that process a lot easier for them than it was for you. And that's all I'm trying to do for my son and any future kids that I have, God willing. You know what I mean? Just trying to be better, man. And I'm just trying to understand everything that goes with being better. I understand that it is more than about money. But money does play in this monetary system. It plays a huge role in that. You know what I mean? So when you hear me say stuff like, and this is all inspired by a post that I shared on Facebook that sparked a debate between me and a couple of people. Shout out to Stone. Shout out to my man Alex that I'll be playing Call of Duty with on PlayStation. It just sparked a debate about, don't down people who are making less than 1,000 or making 1,000. I'm not downing nobody. All I'm just saying is if you are making a certain amount of money right now and you want to do better, go get it. Don't let nothing stop you. But if you want to stay making that, hey man, do your thing. If that's what you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? I got nothing against it. But at the same time, don't get mad at me for wanting to do a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. I won't knock you for wanting to do less. Don't knock me for wanting to do better. And we both can live a nice, peaceful life. You know what I mean? There should be no criticism between either one of us. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just all I want. I just wanted to make that video. I did a lot of rambling, but I hope my point was kind of received in the way that I intended it to be. You feel what I'm saying? So, but as always, like I said, I'm finna go enjoy this food, get my dog some food, watch my anime, and take me a shower, go to bed, man. Get to the money tomorrow. As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God, family, trucking. Go.